I'm be honest.
Who got
I
set up?
don't remember much about it, but as long as that motherfucker can make me a good pizza, we straight.
Jared
I also
Phil-
want to point out he's super petty about it, and like randomly, like once or twice a month, he'll order like 40 pizzas from the like 5 closest Papa John's restaurants.
And not pick them up.
No, he'll
No,
just have them
like
delivered to
quality
his house.
tests.
But the thing is that his house has a fucking like a gate, and then there's like a little like a car gate that opens up to the driveway, and he'll leave that shit closed, and then he'll buzz the like walk-through gate, and then it's like a quarter-mile hike.
For
He's
40
petty as
pieces.
fuck
Petty.
about it.
It's
Fucking petty.
dude.
I mean, he tips the people that actually deliver the pizzas, but yeah, he's doing it to fuck with their delivery times.
You know we're fucked when the Arizona teas go above 99 cents.
It
Brother.
hasn't happened yet, has it?
I don't think so.
Not yet, but that is the true
That's the
end
next
time.
thing to go. That's the
Bro.
next thing to go.
Well, so the guy who started that company, he says that he's going to do everything he can to not do that.
He did. I saw that interview. It was actually really good. I have so much I don't fuck with tea, but it made me want to go out and buy Arizona.
The only one I like is Arnold Palmer. I've tried to like the other ones. Like I love watermelon.
You don't like the mango one?
I don't think I've actually tried the mango one, to be honest. But like the ones that sound appealing to me, like watermelon or like the kiwi ones, are just so mid to me.
That makes me happy. I can't have those.
You can have the kiwi one, can't you?
Because of the caffeine, you can't have them.
No, I'm allergic to watermelon and mango.
Bro, same. At least
That's-
watermelon. I haven't tried mangoes.
How?
but I
No,
used
there's
to-
no way you're allergic to watermelon.
I used
He
to
is.
eat it so
Yeah.
much when I was younger, but the past 2 years, every time I eat it, my mouth is instantly inflamed, and I got to take a Benadryl.
Yeah, so me and him used to live together, and a girl that he was dating brought over like a big ass fruit platter for him, and there was watermelon in the bottom of it, and he'd eaten some like strawberries and stuff that were sitting on it, not realizing, and I thought I was gonna have to take him to the hospital.
Jesus Christ.
That's
I
wild.
found out when I worked at Publix when I was young. I used to cut the watermelons because I worked produce, and the juice would get on my forearms, and it would make me break out really bad with rash. That's how I found out. It was great.
I didn't know you worked
It's
at
weird because I ate watermelon when I was a kid, but I didn't eat it for like 10
That's
years.
what I'm saying. Like you
Bro,
guys
same.
understand. Black is my cousin. I've grown up with him, and I literally used to watch him destroy watermelon when we were younger. So to
Bro, you
find out
know
that what?
Yeah, well, so the thing is, you can develop allergies like as you age, or sometimes
Or
you're
lose them.
actually allergic to something, but the reaction is so minor that you don't realize it, or you chalk it up to something else. And then every time that happens, it steadily gets worse.
Yeah.
So it's like people that are allergic to like ants or bees, like the first couple of times they get hit, it may just be, a slightly worse reaction than what a normal person would have. But then after that, your body's going to become more and more sensitive to it. So it's like, the third and fourth one is going to be bad, painful, yada, yada. And then everyone after that's going to send you to the hospital.
Oh, wow.
Hell yeah, dude. Speaking of, I don't know why I said speaking of. Anyways, what's up, you guys? Welcome to the 4th episode of the podcast. Today
Is it 4
we are
already?
Yeah, we've done 3 so far, so this is number 4. Of course, I am joined by my co-host Tom or Thomas, and we got returning after a while. You were on episode 1, but haven't been back since. Logan.
Yo.
welcome back.
And we have Melon
What's up?
and Chaotic.
What up, boys?
I think this is our first 5-stack podcast. So
Believe you're right on that part.
but that's good. We'll have a lot of stuff flowing. So I have a lot on my list, but I don't want to take all the time up. So anybody else got anything they want to start off with?
Not at the moment.
How about ignorance in the workplace?
Jeez, like from
From what kind of people? From what kind of
Yeah.
people in the workplace?
Oh no.
Specifically, outside help,
Set up.
like vendor help and stuff like that. Let me tell y'all a quick story real quick, just to kind of kick this podcast off. And I'm usually
Yeah.
kind of quiet. So, if you guys don't know, I am an offshore crane operator. I work on a subsea vessel with a $12 million piece of equipment. Right. We had some components on it show some age, and we were told to change them out. Come to find out, the replacements we had on board were tuned incorrectly from the word go, not to mention one of them was bad. So when it boiled down to, thank God we held on to the old ones that we pulled off, we sent the old ones off to be tested to make sure that they were still going to be good because they were in really rough shape. We scaled all the rust off of it, repainted them. Really just needed to know, hey, is it going to hold oil? Is it going to hold pressure? Can we use these? The guy that was doing the testing asked for the pressures that came off of them and if there was a way to identify the valves after I had told my office, told the manufacturer, and told the vendor that was going to be doing the testing. These have no labeling whatsoever other than we were able to salvage the stamped in serial numbers off of it. When he asked for the pressures, the guy in Norway that was telling us all the information was like, oh yeah, we don't have any way to track serial numbers, so it needs to be valve such and such and valve such and such at this pressure, and then valve such and such and valve such and such at this pressure. And it took everything of my being not to respond back, are you fucking stupid? I literally told you none of that information is left on this. All we have are the serial numbers. You can't contact the manufacturer. You know what? Just shut your mouth.
Bro.
This problem literally cost my company about $250,000 because we were down for 2 weeks.
Small
Damn,
loan of $1
dude.
million.
Mhm.
That is wild.
Oh, speaking of which, did you see the Trump at McDonald's shit?
Oh my god.
And then
I
apparently
heard
there's
about
like,
it.
yeah, he worked. It was like a publicity thing. He worked a day at McDonald's, and it was like very like supervised and like
Yeah, not even a
sec-
day. It was an hour.
Yeah, an hour at McDonald's, and he was fucking working the fries, scooping the fries, putting them in the bags and shit. And then now there's like a fucking outbreak of like a coli with beef and onions at McDonald's. Like not even a week later.
Oh my god.
Oh no, we're
I'm-
googling this. I'm getting on YouTube right now. Trump at
Dude, I could put a GIF in the chat right now of him shoveling fries.
McDonald's. Here we go.
I have the GIF
I
right
made it
here.
myself is the first one that popped up.
Yes.
Is that where the clip came from of him wishing Kamala happy birthday?
I don't know. I haven't seen that
He's
one.
like, yeah, he's like, yeah, I'd give her some fries for her birthday. Happy birthday.
I put the GIF in podcast live.
Oh no.
Hell yeah, dude.
Fucking scooping them fries.
Yeah, I just think it's hilarious that he still wore like a suit and everything, and then just took the jacket off and put an apron on.
Bro, fact. He's got his tie on and everything in
That's
this.
what
He looks more
it's what
professional
the-
than anybody else in there.
That's what the managers be doing. They're wearing like polos and like ties and shit. They always be doing that.
I don't think I've ever seen one wearing a tie, but it's like, you know, the polo makes sense.
I will say, I did there's a McDonald's by my work, and I stopped there sometime. I went there yesterday, and the dude at the window actually had a like nice dress shirt and a tie on, and I was like, you know what, respect, bro. You
Hell
do your
yeah.
thing.
That was either shift manager or that was a franchise owner that just happened to pop in that day. There's
No,
Oh,
that's
this
that-
was a young
That's
kid.
the
other
regional
explanation.
manager coming
He
in
was
to
maybe
figure
like
out why the numbers are down.
Yeah. Well, the drive times are through the roof.
Bro, this video is great. We'll put
Yeah,
that in the linked up.
I loved that. That was amazing.
Oh my god.
Speaking of Trump, we've been down a few weeks because some of us weren't here, including myself, because of the whole fucking hurricane situation. I'll get into that a little bit more later. But we were speaking now about Trump. I had it's gonna be a weird roundabout, but stick with me. Thomas, you know about this, I'm sure. We can bleep that if you don't want everybody to know. But I had my annual colonoscopy, so I got diddled.
Hell yeah.
Love that.
I just want to let you know I got diddled today too. It's okay.
Hell yeah, dude.
Is that for
Fucking
your
diddle brigade
physical?
here.
Yeah, for my physical.
So,
I mean, the turn and cough isn't as bad as, hey, bend over, spread them.
Yeah.
I will say colonoscopies, like, it's mainly just the prep that's really bad. Like, the actual thing, they knock you out real quick.
What's
And,
the
you know,
prep
we-
for it entail?
Shitting until you're pissing out your ass.
Really? They do like an
Yeah,
enema
Yeah.
on
they
you?
give you like a
With a
hardcore laxative.
gallon jug of
Bro, hold
lactose that
on.
you have to drink.
No
Yeah.
way.
Yes.
Yeah, hold on. Let me take a picture because I still have my jug because I can't keep it
I
down.
still have the jug.
Yeah, I
have my
projectile
jug.
vomit it.
I wrote shit jug on the side of it.
I don't drink the jug. I just do Miralax. I do like a shit ton of Miralax and like stool softeners because I cannot keep the jug down because it is the grossest shit you
Yeah, it's
have
really
to
bad.
drink.
So
Yeah, I'll take
Mixing it with juice was always an option.
yeah,
Like
that's
it
what I was
works
gonna
really
suggest,
well.
Jeremy. If you have trouble keeping what they give you down, just go to the like a grocery store, and there's a stuff called magnesium citrate, and just mix
Yeah.
that into like orange juice.
I might
Whole
have to
bottle.
next time. Because I'm not gonna lie, I was like close to. Oh, they added a lemon flavor pack. I didn't pay attention to that because I picked it up from the pharmacy and I said, not drinking that shit. And then immediately threw it to the side. But I'll post a picture for you of it, Melon.
But he's not joking. Like you literally just have to down as much of that as you can, and then does your doctor make you do a 24-hour fast?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
so you don't eat anything literally for a day, and you're just shitting until it literally is coming out clear.
There it is.
Yeah, baby.
Full
Gabba
gallon
Light.
jug.
Gabalite. That's oh no.
Yeah, it is like the worst shit you could ever drink.
Oral solution. Pharmacy to patient. Did you have to get a prescription for this?
Yeah, it's
Yes.
prescription.
Yeah, so you are probably having a reaction to that first ingredient there, Jeremy, the polyethylene glycol.
Mhm.
Does it have like a weird sugary taste
I believe
at
so. Yeah,
first,
the
and then
last
it
time
just
I
tastes
tried
like
it, yeah.
garbage? Yeah,
Yes.
you're probably having a reaction to that. Like, are you like physically vomiting it up, or is the taste making you throw up?
It's more so like the taste, like making me throw up.
Yeah, that's gonna be that polyethylene glycol. That stuff sucks.
But it was real close, dude. It was like the morning of that GIF is great. And I was like, I haven't really went, and then all of a sudden it just all hit me, and then I was like, all right, so I cleaned out enough. Anyways, to bring it back to Trump, I apparently
Yeah, I
every
forgot
time
we
I
were on
come
that.
out because they
Since
put
we're
you
already
to
on the
sleep.
subject of shit,
Yeah. Start right back.
They put you to sleep, and you come out of the anesthesia, and I don't ever really remember like right after hardly, but my wife always tells me what happens. So apparently one of the things I was doing when I came back, I was so excited because we were gonna go eat something after I'd not eaten anything for the past like 36 hours at that point. And I was like so excited. I was doing like a happy dance, and I was doing like that Trump. I was like Trump dances like this, and I was doing this like little,
the little fucking
this little
thing.
yes.
Yeah, what you're talking about.
and, and my wife had to grab me and say stop. And then
she
the
had a
nurse
parent.
was, yeah, and then
Yeah,
yes, dude, that that,
Oh my god.
and
Thank you. I'm here all night.
and the nurse was asking me like different questions. I don't even remember what she was asking me because I was out of it. Apparently, I kept saying "gang gang" after everything she said.
God.
Yeah. That's wild.
And then, oh my god! And then my wife was. I think they brought me like some juice like to drink afterwards. And my wife was holding it for me so I didn't spill it everywhere. And so I drank it a little bit, and then she, took it away. And I was like, "Thank you. You're a gentlewoman and a scholar." It's like I don't remember any of this shit. But yeah,
That's
See,
amazing.
that's what
butthole's
I'm afraid
clean.
of going under anesthesia is that I'm gonna come out and just say some absolutely vile things to somebody that I
So-
should not.
Some stuff that's gonna get you like banned from going back to the hospital.
Yeah.
Apparently, my time before this time, though, they asked me how I was feeling afterwards, and I said, like a rhino just rammed its horn up my ass. So I guess I was better this time than last time. So.
Oh,
Anesthesia is one of those things. Like I hate to say it, I'm violent when I got anesthesia. Last 3 times, thank God I wasn't. But the very last time was actually pretty funny. So I had to have back surgery in 2021, and of course I didn't sleep the entire night before the surgery. Just anxious and just hurting in general and stuff like that. I don't even have the anesthesia push. Like I think they gave me a Valium and something else prior to rolling me into the operating room. And I remember seeing my doctor and he goes, "All right, we're going to try to get you all patched up." I said, "That's great." Closed my eyes, and next thing I know, I woke up in recovery.
I love
So,
how that shit works, dude.
hey, I wasn't going to complain about it. That honestly, best sleep. I felt 100% better when I woke up for the most part, other than the fact that I was groggy. But
Yeah.
I had this little charge nurse that was coming in and she was checking on me, and she was coming in like every 15 minutes. And she kept asking me, because obviously they put me on a pain med pump with the button, and you can press it so many times every 20, 30 minutes, whatever it is.
Mhm.
And she keeps asking me, "Did you press the button?" I'm like, "No, I don't need to press the button. I'm not hurting." She goes, "You need to press the button. You need to preload your system." I said, "No, I'm not hurting. I don't need to press the damn button." And I'm literally like arguing with her. And my wife's telling me, "Hey, calm down, calm down. It's all right." I was like, "You need to tell her to leave the fucking button alone. I'm tired of hearing about the fucking button." And I roll over and I go back to sleep. Yep, sure as shit. 15 minutes later, she comes back and she goes, "Have you pressed the button, Mr. Paul?" My wife said, I don't remember doing it. My wife said I raised my arm and I like spam pressed that button as many times as I could in 10 seconds and dropped it like a mic and it said, "There, are you fucking happy now?" And I rolled over, went right back to sleep.
bro.
Fun fact: pressing it over and over again does nothing. It only works one
No,
time.
absolutely not.
Yeah,
It's only
maybe a
good
little
for
bit
one
every, like-
pulse.
Yeah. It only gives, you can get, I think it's like 2 in an hour or something.
My dad,
Something
my dad's
like
had,
that.
8
Yeah.
back surgeries, and he fucking he knows that it does it, but he'll just press it over and over again because he
It's a
never gets
comfort thing. And for me, it wasn't. I ended up actually, the crazy part about it was, so after they got me out of recovery and into an actual room, because obviously they kept me overnight to make sure I didn't have any, bad reactions or bad mishaps with my back. It was like 11 o'clock that night. Now, keep in mind, surgery was like 7:30 that morning. So here I am. I'm almost 24 hours in the hospital. I woke up just like on fire, itching. And I'm like, I couldn't figure out what it was, but I realized it. I started watching it for like an hour. I realized it was when the med pump automatically activated itself. It was what they were giving me.
Mm-hmm.
So when they finally come in to check on me, I said, "Hey, you can go ahead and pull this off of me and get rid of it. I don't want it." They're like, "No, you." I said, "No, you don't understand. I'm literally getting ready to rip every port out of my skin right now if you don't unplug this and get it away from me. I am on fire, itching right now. You have to get me off of it." And they were still reluctant.
Yeah,
I was like,
depending
"Oh,
on depending on what they were giving you, you probably had like straight up hydromorphone, which is
it was they had
semi-concentrated. It was what?
Dilaudid.
Yeah, I know what a lot of it is.
That's weird
It's
that they had
yeah.
that on a drip or
Yeah.
on a pump.
Yeah, it wasn't full blown morphine or anything like that. I don't think I can have
Morphine
morphine,
makes you
honestly.
itchy too. It made me itchy the first time I had it. It made me hot and itchy.
That's exactly what it was. I was warm and I just on fire, itching the whole time. I
Yeah.
felt like I'd been rolling in an ant bed.
Yeah, see, morphine will do the same thing, but it typically wears off after, 5 or so minutes, maybe a little more, once it actually starts taking full effect.
The cool thing about morphine, I'm pretty sure Dilaudid does the same thing. I haven't had Dilaudid in a long time. The last time I had Washington about 4 years ago, and they gave it to me, and I felt it from like enter where they put it in the fucking vein, and then I felt it go through my body. It was weird.
It like
They-
penetrated you.
There was like this slow heat that went down my fucking torso,
Yeah, it
down my
washes
leg,
over you.
all the way down to my toes, and I was just like, oh, that was really. No wonder people get fucking hooked on this shit. It felt good, but it was just like weird.
No, see, it's like my story regarding something like that is it has to do with the Valium, and it's like how absolutely just dead calm it makes me because I had to have that whenever I had my eye surgery because it's an eye surgery, you have to be awake.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And
same.
so they pop you a Valium like as soon as you get to the office, and then you go in and do your like pre-op screening and everything. Which, by the way, still upset at the fact they made me wear a fucking hairnet when I'm bald. But
Oh, bro.
yeah, and so you know, got the Valium in. They're giving me some numbing, like early on numbing medication that takes a while to kick in. That's really minor. So when they put the really strong numbing medication, that's gonna hurt. I don't feel it. And then I just lay down on the table, and then they sandpaper my eyeball, and I don't feel a thing. And I'm just totally fine with the fact that all of a sudden, everything in one eye is super duper blurry and undefined, and I'm literally like 240p vision, and then they flush it away, and I'm like, holy shit, I can see.
Probably is the best way to describe it is just 240p vision. Super
It is.
low resolution.
It was really amazing. Like, I don't know if they did it. Because the practice I worked at did mine. Because you had PRK too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. As soon as like they have a clock in the exam room, and they had after they finished with both my eyes, they had me like set up and look at the clock and ask me what time it was. And I'm like, oh my god, dude, I can fucking read that because I know your prescription because I've sent you contacts before, and I know you were like me. We couldn't see shit, and
You
it's
couldn't
just
see a damn
crazy
thing.
from not being able to see anything just to being able to see just like that.
Yeah, I went from 260/20 vision to 20/20 vision in 11 minutes.
hmm It's such like they have that procedure down to a science that it's just like a cakewalk. And I was like, all right, this is it. You're in and out and you can fucking see again.
Back to the anesthesia. If only everything was that efficient. As the doctor tells you, "Hey, we're gonna do something," and you wake up and it's just fucking done. Like, that's crazy.
Facts, dude. All you had to do was take a little nappy nap. You guys ever try and fight? Because I tried it this time. You guys try and fight, when they have you count back from 10. I
No.
usually fight it and I get to like maybe like 5 or 6 and then I'm out like a light. This is the first time I made it in my head because I made it in my head to 0 and I finished it. And I fought it for like 3 seconds after that and then I was just out because I could feel it hitting me. But I was so proud because for years, because this was like my 11th colonoscopy. So every year I try and make it all the way down, and I actually made it. This is the first time I made it to 0.
Hell yeah.
It's a weird achievement, but I was like, yes. I did it.
I'm the
That's
same
kind
way.
of not a good thing because that shows that you're beginning to build resistance to the therapy
Yeah.
that you're giving you.
Oh damn.
I was
I
actually
mean,
getting ready to say the same
all,
thing.
all they're
So,
gonna do is because general anesthesia is a combination of anywhere from 2 to 5 different medications. All they're going to do is adjust the levels of the medications within that therapy.
Gotcha. So I should probably tell them. Last time I made it to 0.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just like when you go in for your pre-op,
Mhm.
do you go into for a pre-op like 2 or 3 days before?
Yeah, typically they have me do it like a couple weeks before, and then they'll like schedule it out depending on when I can come in and when they have availability.
Yeah,
Um,
the anesthesiologist, there we go. Um, should already know, because they're gonna pull your file because he's
yeah,
the one who builds that therapy for you. But if you want to let your doctor know that you actually were able, are they having you count down from 10?
yeah, typically.
Yeah, let them know that you were able to get the full countdown and you feel like you were still there for a couple of more seconds. I mean, it's fine. There's plenty of time for that medicine or that therapy to take full effect, but still let them know that you are
Yeah,
a little
because
concerned that you're building a minor resistance.
I definitely don't want to wake up with that in my ass still. So
Well,
definitely don't
so
want to.
so you stay on a bit of a drip
Okay, the whole
with the
time.
therapy. Yeah.
I
For
would
the
imagine because by the time I wake up,
for
I'm
a
like,
while.
I've
But I mean, a
been in.
colonoscopy is typically such a fast operation.
Yeah, I think this time it was like the fastest. I was like in and out in like an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Holy moly, they're knocking it out.
Yeah, they were pretty efficient this time. Like as soon as I got back, they started hooking me up to my IV. Ran through the questions and everything, and asked me if I had any questions. I'm like, nah, this is like my 11th time. And she's like, the nurse was like, we should get you a punch card. And I said, hey, I'm down for it.
Next time when you go in next year, tell them you're ready to move up to the next bigger size.
Hell yeah.
Ready for the big boy
I've
size.
been practicing and ready for bigger size.
Yeah.
Fucking gape me, bro.
Oh my
When
god.
I got my wisdom teeth taken out last year, I got to 2 on the count, but the jump between like 5 and 2 is like I started like slurring my words and like I apologized. I was like, sorry, I didn't say that one right, but I don't think any of the words came out. I just kind of mumble.
You just kind of slump.
Yeah, I was like trying to be like, sorry, I didn't get to 0 or 1 or whatever the count was supposed to be. So I tried to apologize. She was like, no, that's okay. You could just go to sleep now.
Just go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
I felt embarrassed. I know, but when I woke up though, I was actually very alert and oriented. They said legally I had to be in a wheelchair for them to wheel me out of the building. So even though I
Yes.
could walk, they like made me get in the wheelchair. And I remember everything. We went to Baskin Robbins to get ice cream after that because I told my mom I was like, I want ice cream, and she was
They
like,
wheel you out because they don't want you to be a fall hazard.
yeah. My mom
Yes.
was like, you can't eat ice cream right now, and I was like, no, trust me, I can eat ice cream right now. We went to Baskin Robbins, and that is the best ice cream I've ever had. To this day, it was drugged up Baskin Robbins.
Fucking
See,
dessert first.
Yeah,
right?
love
There's
drugs
nothing
and
wrong with
ice
that.
cream.
and I was eating food that night and everything, and they were saying it was going to be in a couple of days. My mouth would be sore. I never had any soreness. I never had anything. I was fine. No, I did have
Wisdom
to.
teeth for me was the worst. Oh my god! And the funny thing about the anesthesia, since we're on the topic, the doctor had, I guess, his nurse bring in the syringe, and he starts pushing it, and he starts asking, "All right, you feel anything?" I'm like, "No." Didn't have me count down or anything like that. Did you feel anything? No. And he keeps pushing, keeps pushing. He empties the whole syringe, and "You're not tired? You don't feel like you're drifting?" I said, "No."
Damn.
Just completely wide awake. And he kind of looked at me, looked back at his nurse, pulled away from me, whispered something in her ear. She goes and she comes back with another syringe. He starts pushing that, and he got 3/4 of that into me before I was like, okay, I can start to. Yeah.
Wait, so when you guys got your wisdom teeth out, they put you under?
Yeah,
They put me under because I had all 4 that had to be removed, plus they were extracting another tooth.
I asked my
That must be nice.
I
They didn't put
asked
me under at all. I felt everything.
I asked my
Yeah.
orthotech. I said, "Look, I'm not somebody that I have a high pain tolerance. I usually don't have an issue going to the dentist. Like I'll be fine." I told him I was like, I really don't think I need to be put under necessarily, like under an anesthesia. And he was really chill. He was like, "Yeah, that's fine, but personally, it makes it easier for us, and I recommend that you be under." My
Yeah,
local
I was
dentist
gonna
out.
say it's typically a case by case dentist. It also depends because it's like some regular dentist office will do the extraction, and
Yeah,
then there's
De-
other
depending
factors.
on, yeah. The biggest part of it, if a regular dentist office is going to do it, is going to depend on impaction and a couple other factors. Like if it's one of those that you have to undergo like
yeah, and how
full
big the
slitting of
roots
the
are.
gums, yeah, exactly. They have
I
to
felt
send you
them
to
breaking
a second.
every single part of my wisdom teeth and tugging everything out. Like
Yeah,
it
you,
was the
you
most
don't
uncomfortable thing ever.
you don't feel the pain, but you
Yeah,
feel the
there was no
movements,
pain, but it
and
was so
it's an
uncomfortable.
alien. It's an
Yeah, you
alien
feel
motion and
the
movement,
pressure.
and that's the part that bothers you.
I can hear them
Mhm.
crack. Like you can, because they're in your mouth. You can hear them cracking your teeth.
Oh
And
yeah,
you can
yeah.
feel the cracking. It was so fucking terrible. I wish they would have put me under this. I didn't know they did that. I thought
My
that
local
they did it for everyone.
my local dentist out here, not the one back home that I went to, but the one out here, he doesn't put people under, but he's not an ortho tech. He's not an ortho specialist. He's just a dentist that
Yeah,
can do that
typically,
procedure.
like if you get them removed in like your mid-teens, mid to like beginning of the late teens, 14, 15, 16, you typically don't have to be put under. Um, the biggest thing is that, you know, anywhere between like the 18 to 22-ish range, your wisdom teeth will actually fuse with the rest of your mandible and then your upper jaw.
That might be why they had a hard time getting them out. Because I was 20 when they did it.
And the worst ones are the lower jaw ones. The upper ones are really easy to deal with. The lower ones are a lot more complicated, the way they form, because they impact the motion of your jaw too, and the way it forms and fuses. So it's harder to get in there and pull it out. The upper ones are, which I only had 2 uppers. I didn't have the lowers. Were really easy for me to get out. That's probably part of the reason I didn't have any pain or anything, was because it was just the uppers. It's really
That's
weird though
crazy.
when you come out and you have like just
I
a
was
gap in the side of your
20.
teeth.
Yeah, it is a very weird feeling when they finally come out. I was 26 when I had mine removed.
I
That
was
may have been
22.
my problem.
It was like 4 months before I turned 23.
I still got mine, so I'm scared.
Now most
I still have
Europeans
mine.
Made
have
it
The
it.
this
army's gonna
far
make
with
me come
them,
out.
you're probably fine.
Yeah, if you've never had any indication, like you don't have extreme jaw pain, or TMJ will sometimes come up as part of a wisdom tooth problem, depending on the how tight the area is back there. And your dentist has never said anything based off of your X-rays about your wisdom teeth. You have nothing to worry about. There are people out there, I know dozens of people that I work with, that still have all of theirs, and they never had to have them removed.
I was
Yeah, that's
opposed to
fair.
getting mine removed to begin with. I really didn't want to do it, but my dentist highly advised that they would impact my teeth. Because
I'm with you. I was the same way, Melon. I actually never wanted mine removed because I kept hearing all the horror stories from my friends in high school saying, the dry sockets, this, that, and the other. And it finally got to the point where my dentist was like, "Look, your wisdom teeth are cracking your good teeth. You have to get them out."
Yeah.
So
That's literally the same thing that happened to me. Because I got braces, my teeth formation is already weird to begin with. Before I
Mm.
got braces and like fixed everything, and they were gonna ruin everything that I had done with the braces. And I had braces for like 7 years, so it was like I either say goodbye to my teeth or get that done.
Yeah, my
hello,
dentist
dentures.
hasn't said anything because I don't go to the dentist. I put that shit off as much as possible.
Do you
My
have a
wife gets
fear
made
of
an
the
appointment.
dentist?
Yeah, my roots are twisted, and it's a
Do you
bitch
have hook
every
roots?
time. I don't know. I just know last time I had to get a tooth removed, and like the dentist was having such a hard time. I remember because it was traumatizing to me. He had to put his foot on the fucking counter to pull the tooth out.
What?
See, like
Yeah.
when my brother
What?
had his removed, he was already living in Australia, and since they have centralized healthcare there, the medical standard is a good bit lower than what it is here. So he had like just local numbing, and they basically, for his bottom ones, they stood behind him with him laying in the chair and basically grabbed it with a pair of pliers and just yanked.
So he was lucky to even have local numbing. I'm surprised they didn't just hand him a green whistle and said, "Here, toke on this for a second and just start pulling."
Yeah.
Damn. Now they did give me like the little shot in my gum, but they had to keep giving it to me because I felt it. Like I kept feeling it. Like
Yeah,
it
when they
hurt for
start
a
pulling down
brief
at the
amount,
roots,
but I'm like, damn, dude.
yeah, I mean, they damn near have to do, like, depending on how bad the situation is, they damn near have to do a nerve block. Now, in today's medical in the U.S. to get teeth removed, if they're that deep and they're that messed up, yeah, you're gonna feel everything. It doesn't matter how much Novocaine or lidocaine they pump into the area as a local; it's still not going to do the trick.
Yeah, so it's like my mom had a situation like that. She has what's called hook roots. So
Mhm.
obviously you have like the general shape of your tooth root, which curves in slightly to help it hold on to more material within the gum. Well, hers like claw in and cross over one another. So if they were to just try and do a basic extraction, they would actually rip out the nerve ending that sits
Oh,
just under the tooth. So she had to have, I mean, they were removed probably a little over 15 years ago now, maybe even a little more than that. But what they ended up doing was putting in a nerve block, and then they had to basically drill the tooth in half and then pull
Damn.
out the two halves. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Every-
don't know if I have something similar. Probably not to that extent, but like it was a fucking process, and it took forever to get it out. And then after that, I was like, I'm not going back.
How
And I
often
kept
does
putting it
your
off.
How often does your mom have to go to the dentist, Sean?
Right now, all the time. So my mom probably has $300,000 or so worth of work in her mouth. Like her
Damn.
teeth, like she had really weak teeth. Like they're good, they're straight. She does a good job of keeping them clean, but the surface material, it's called your dentin
Mm.
on her teeth is very soft. So it's like if she
Is that
brushed
from
her
like
teeth, it's
osteoporosis? Is like a bone condition?
I'm not 100% sure, but imagine it being something like osteoporosis of the teeth. So, and like you could actually see it for a long time. If she brushed her teeth too hard, it would actually leave like lines in her teeth.
That's
Oh, wow.
crazy.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, due to stuff like that, her teeth became compromised relatively easily. I mean, now she's at the age where it's almost typical, but she's had most of her natural teeth removed. She's been running around with she had dentures for a while and didn't like them, so she's getting implants. She's in that process right now.
Yeah,
Dang, bro.
that
That's
sounds
rough.
miserable.
My teeth are hurting just listening to this. Just
Yeah, I touched my two front teeth while we were doing this to make sure there weren't lines on them.
Yeah, but
Christ.
meanwhile, like me, I'm like a almost perfect case of just perfect teeth all the way around. Like I have a little bit of crowding on the bottom front because I lost those teeth too early. I lost my my front bottoms too when I was like 4 years old. So my other teeth shifted in, and then the uh permanent teeth came in and didn't have enough room to push those back out. And then I have one other tooth that's displaced because it had to be pulled because of bad dental work.
Mm.
But other than that, I have all my wisdom teeth. They're perfectly straight. They're perfectly aligned. No impaction. No uh, interference with my jaw. Like nothing. And the fucking army is gonna make me get them pulled out.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
My teeth
That
are all
sucks.
fucked up. And I got an extra tooth.
And you got a little hyperdentia.
Can you not get a waiver for that? Like a note from your
No,
dentist saying it's not necessary.
no, because it's an
No, but
army dentist that is telling me that I have to have them pulled out.
you're
Oh,
owned by the government. You're a government piece of property now. They're going to
Yeah,
make sure that
I'm
you're working
government equipment.
properly.
what's crazy
Oh.
is the reason I get colonoscopies is like I get colon polyps, and I also have an extra tooth. And they said for some, like I had to go see like a genetic person, and they said with that whatever what's the word for it, like genetic defect that I have also causes the extra tooth and why I have the familial polyposis or some shit like that. And I was like, that's so weird. Like they're on two opposite ends of my body, but they're all connected.
Related
your
somehow.
ass is connected to your mouth. Love it.
Yeah, which I mean,
Your
it
kid's gonna
makes
be the first
sense.
mutant.
Because there's some stuff in the eyes. I know we've had patients where they had something going on with their eyes. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it told our doctor that they needed a colonoscopy. And I was like, that's just crazy how like your body is all connected and like
Yeah, biology and genetics is fucking weird.
it's just
So,
yeah.
like I don't know if anybody here is because we have such a small sample size, but interlock your fingers. All right,
All
so I
right.
obviously can't see any of y'all's hands, but with the sample size this small, I can almost assure that with everybody's fingers interlocked, your right hand thumb is on the bottom of that stack if you're looking at it.
Holy
Nope.
shit. Mine is, yeah.
No, my left is on the bottom.
Okay, so that is technically a genetic abnormality.
What, did I put my left hand on the bottom?
That you're so like if you're looking at it, it's your left thumb, right thumb, left index finger, right index finger, so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's technically a genetic abnormality.
Why? Just because I have a preference for that?
No, it's not a preference. It's like your
How is that
brain is
preference? 'Cause
hardwired.
I'm able to move my thumbs around each other. I don't
Yeah.
understand what you're trying to say.
But if you were to just interlock your hands,
Okay.
put your fingers in the gaps of your other fingers, and if I were
Oh,
to
you're
just tell
right.
you to do that, you're naturally going to gravitate.
Yeah, if I
to
do
a
it the other way,
It feels weird.
it feels weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I've always
Here,
done it. I've always
I'll
done it
see
where
if
my
I
left
can't.
hand's on top.
I'll see if I can't
Oh,
find the list. Give
I
me a
see what
second.
you're
Let me find
saying.
my biology textbook or biology notes.
That's wild.
I mean, I have one hitchhiker's thumb, and the other one's normal.
What is it? What does a hitchhiker's thumb mean? It normally
Or if you like put
stands
your
up.
thumb up, and it like points. Like if you give somebody a thumbs up, like act like there's somebody straight in front of you and put your thumb up, like you're giving them a thumbs up. If your thumb points back at you, it's a hitchhiker's thumb.
Oh, I have that too.
So I have that on my left hand, but not on my right for some reason. I think it's because I play guitar. So I think that is actually why, because I didn't really notice it until after I started playing. But I don't know.
Yeah, so
I can straighten my thumb, but it doesn't feel natural at all. I'm like forcing it.
yeah, it'll take me a second to go through all these notes, but we did like a full battery in class.
To find out who is messed up and who wasn't.
Well, so it's like these weird specific things, and it's like on a 90+% accuracy that these specific things denote the specific chains of your DNA.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's super, super weird. Oh, this is all the fucking early shit.
A really high level of accuracy for just surface level stuff that you don't think about every day.
Speaking of
All right, Mendelian genetics, we're getting closer.
What book is that you're going through?
I'm not going through the book. I'm going through the notes I took.
Oh,
Because, like I said, I may not actually have it. I can't remember if we took this as notes or if we did it as a worksheet that had to be turned in.
for your guys' coursework, are you guys out of like a Jones and Bartlett book, or what kind of?
I don't remember. Okay, so it was on a worksheet because it's.
I'm just surprised you guys like actually like took the time to talk about this. It's like a neat little thing, like especially in like what was your class, like 20 people,
30.
30 people. That's a good sample size for stuff like this too.
Yeah.
Speaking of genetic shit, while you're looking that up, do you think it's ingrained in dogs to know like to eat grass, like to throw up?
Yes.
Because
Absolutely.
it's crazy, like how they just
Don't
know
they
right
eat
away
dirt and
just to
shit
eat it.
too? Just
Yeah.
in case they're like low on iron, they'll eat fucking dirt.
Yeah, I've heard
Smart as
that
shit,
before
dude.
too. It makes sense though. Like I think cats do it as well. Eat grass to throw up when they've got like an upset stomach.
There's something that eats rocks too from on purpose. Is it birds or is it cows? I can't remember.
It's ducks. Ducks eat rocks.
Ducks. Ducks eat
Yeah.
rocks on purpose. Yeah.
It
For
helps
real?
them. It helps them digest certain things. It helps them grind up in their stomach. If you hunt and kill a duck, when you're like going through the entrails, you'll find little rocks and pellets in there.
I'm sorry, wait. Did you say when you cunt?
When you hunt,
No,
Then
you
when you
definitely
say cunt.
definitely came out cunt.
that's my California accent there. That play
When you cunt a duck.
when you hunt a duck.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
they have
Anestesia's
little.
not wearing off yet.
It's still in there. It's like something they use to grind. I forget what the purpose is for it, but specifically ducks, they'll have it in their intestinal tract.
All right,
when
I have
you're-
my lab workbook now. Let me see if it's in there.
Yeah, ducks are weird though, like biologically.
Observing human phenotypes, page 73.
You know, ducks have like to keep their their feathers like water solvent and like keep them dry. They have like a gland that like secretes like this oil, and
That's
it's
not
lit.
ducks, that's most species of birds.
Well, ducks specifically have one because they're always in the water. Have a gland that like that's like near their ass that they go in like they touch and they spread it around to their whole body. So when you see them like sticking their head into their feathers and like adjusting stuff, they're spreading that in there. They're
Yeah.
spreading that
It's called preening. But yeah, whenever you see them like start at the base of a feather and then like nibble it all the way to the end, yeah, they're trying to waterproof themselves.
yeah.
Oh,
Crazy
that's
how that
tight.
works.
I used to have ducks.
All right.
They got
so-
ate by coyotes though.
How long did you have them?
I had them for a few months. It was me and two of my other cousins, Chaz and Summerlin.
Were they just living in your guys' backyard, or did you have like property
Yeah,
for them?
we had like a little like wire fence around them, like with the pool. And then we actually had a fight over who owned the ducks. We even went to like kids court where our parents
Okay, so
did a ruling.
so let me rephrase. Not genetic abnormality. It's a dominant versus a recessive trait.
Oh damn, we going back to fucking biology, bro.
So
Yeah.
is it recessive to have your left hand on top?
Thumb crossing. The allele for crossing the left thumb over the right thumb when you interlace your fingers is dominant over the allele for crossing the right thumb over the left.
Yep, that's dominant for me, I can tell. Because when I do it the other way, it just doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have dark hair versus blonde hair, non-red hair versus red hair, earlobes, eye color, freckles, tongue rolling, mid-digital hair, a widow's peak, hitchhiker's thumb, bent little finger, thumb crossing, double jointedness in the hands, dimples, and PTC tasters, which I'm not going to explain.
I have like literally almost all those things you just said. I feel like a case study right now. Do you guys have attached or unattached earlobes?
Unattached.
Attached.
Unattached, bro.
I'm unattached.
My shit hangs.
Hangs freely in the wind.
Hell yeah, dude. It's like that one Chain Hang Low song.
Fucking old.
Fucking shout out to 06?
No, it's older than that.
2006 sounds right.
Somewhere around there.
2006 or 2007.
You
Oh.
guys,
It is 2006.
is it? Bro, fucking nailed it. Let's go.
I thought that came out before I left or moved to Florida, but I was wrong.
It's crazy that that's almost 2 decades ago.
All right, Melon. Let's just,
I'm gonna need you to stop, bro.
let's not bring shit up now.
Don't worry, I'll
It's
I'll
also
will
kind of
you-
wild to look at the process of cell division under a microscope.
That would be pretty tight. I'm not gonna lie.
Did they ever have you?
Well, you can
take
do it with
a-
a still sample, as
Did
long
they ever
as
have
you
you-
know
about-
that it is occurring within your sample somewhere. Because I mean, you're gonna an incredibly small sample is still gonna have anywhere
One or two.
fucking more like 400 to 1,000 cells.
You're
You're
talking
gonna
about
find it
when
somewhere in there.
those little shits like divide and shit?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I would pay money for that actually, to just watch that.
Watching it live is kind of hard, but
Mhm.
like you can, like I
Yo,
said, you can take a
Watching
sample
that shit with some Linkin Park in the background would be fucking hard.
while you're just fucking blitzed.
Sorry, I choked on my drink. Fucking dying over here. That'd be tight, dude. Speaking of Linkin Park, how are we feeling about it? We're also a music podcast, I think. Pretty sure I said that at one point.
We are now.
We
We
are.
are
now.
now. That you said it. We are.
We're diversifying.
Are we liking new Linkin Park?
Yeah.
Can't
like
it.
say
Yeah.
I've actually listened to any of it.
I think they have
listened
3
to, like,
songs out.
I've listened to like 2 of them. The Emptiness Machine. What's the other one?
I've only
Okay.
listened to Emptiness Machine so far.
I can't remember what the other one was, but it was okay.
Have they done any
Heavy
of
as
their
the crown.
Have they done
So
any
they-
of their old music with her?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it's different. I mean, it's never gonna be Chester.
Yeah.
But if you go in like listening, like just think of it like as a new era of Linkin Park.
Mhm.
I think of
It's
it
like
like
when
this.
3 Days
When-
Grace got a new singer and
I think of it like Van
speaking
Halen.
of-
When Van Halen got rid of David Lee Roth, they continued on as Van Halen, but they went towards a different kind of sound.
Speaking
With the
of
new
3
singer.
Days Grace, they have their original singer back now.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw that. They're like singing. I'm like, that's weird.
Crossfade got back together, dude.
Yeah, Breaking Benjamin's releasing a new album.
Fucking
Mhm.
Creed's touring again.
Yep.
And working on new stuff.
Yeah, it's wild.
The early 2000s are coming back.
It really is.
I mean, it's like that stuff that our parents used to tell us when we were little kids, and we'd look back at like the '80s and be like, "Man, that's weird," and they fucking told us everything that's old becomes new again.
You know, it'd be wild if fucking Dave Mustaine got back with Metallica. I don't think I
That will never
want
happen.
that, but
I don't want that to happen, actually, at all.
I'm like, I think I'm done with Megadeth.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and put it. Yeah, like I'm just like you. Just stop. Like that last album, I was just like, nah.
I just saw an
It's
interview with him
dumb.
that released last week where he was in a record store with somebody, and
How'd that go?
I don't know.
I thought that was leading up to something. I thought you were gonna say he was in a record store
That
and
is
somebody called him a
cheesy.
hack. Somebody was like,
Yeah.
"You're a piece of shit."
Yeah,
We were talking about Megadeth.
Washed
Why
up
did I have to
has-been.
add something else?
I just thought that was gonna lead to something else. I don't know why.
What led to Megadeth? That's what we're talking about.
He was in a
Speaking
record
of,
store and somebody threw a brick at him. I thought something like exciting was gonna happen.
No, he was talking about fucking another record being made. That's what I said. Or did that not come through? I don't know. Never mind.
I don't think you said that part.
Hey, did you guys see the SpaceX launch? Where they caught the fucking rocket booster?
They actually caught it this time.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that was crazy.
No,
Hold
they-
on.
What do you mean caught it this time? They caught it on the first try.
Yeah.
Hold on, I got a video.
Well, first
Man,
try is in
speaking
all the
of-
other tests that they did before have failed, but they finally got it this time.
Yeah, everyone come join my stream really quick. We gotta watch this real quick. If
Thank you.
haven't seen
You
it.
had it pulled up already.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I've seen it, but I'll watch it again.
It's a super cut. It's like 2 minutes of the whole thing.
Oh, I haven't seen the actual like official SpaceX footage of it. I've just seen like phone recordings of people watching the launch.
Yeah, let me know when everyone's
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Where do they
I'm
do
here.
this at?
I'm here.
Is this in Florida still?
Yeah.
I
it's at
know.
Kennedy.
Yeah, it's
Is
like
this at Kennedy?
Canaveral. Yeah.
It's actually at the Space Force base there, just north of Kennedy, but it's still Kennedy Space Center. And the background of where you can see that's where the other launch pad is NASA used to use, I think. Can you see it in the distance there?
Yeah.
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 Anyway.
And
This
we'll
shit's
cut
so
this
bad.
in for the listeners.
What are they recording this off? Is this a tower? Is this like a drone?
There's a helicopter with
This
a
is
camera
really
on it.
stable footage.
Yeah, the helicopter's got a camera on the front of it with a gyroscope, so it keeps it level. Now, keep in mind, this is the largest rocket ever built. It's bigger than the Saturn V.
That's fucking sick.
This is re-entry we're watching.
Re-entry. Yep.
How deep into space did it go?
Oh, it went
Deep
to
enough.
the edge. The
Not
whole
enough.
test was to see if they could catch it.
Those birds are like, what is going on right now? So that's the booster that's returning? Did the actual capsule deploy into space?
It went into orbit and then they landed it in the ocean.
Okay.
That's wild, dude. I
That's
remember,
crazy.
like,
the main
10 or
rocket,
11
you can
years?
actually see it still accelerating.
What was it?
Yeah.
10 or 11 years ago when we watched like the one they sent up and it ended up blowing up.
Yeah.
That was like
I got up-
2014.
I got up last
Yeah.
Sunday morning just to watch this shit live. Like, I almost had like the same reaction that these people had.
It's definitely
didn't-
come a long
I
way,
feel like I
bro.
was watching history, dude. It was crazy.
I didn't watch it live,
I
but I still
never
thought it was
thought that
cool.
we'd see that level of engineering in our lifetime. Like after NASA fucking dissipated in the mid to late 2000s, I was like, that's it, we're done. I won't see anything
Mhm.
else like that ever again. And now we're catching rockets. Like,
Yeah,
what the
lo and
fuck?
behold, here comes capitalism.
Here comes capitalism.
Successfully caught the
pretty
largest
sick.
rocket ever made. But yeah,
We'll try and link that in. If I have issues, I'll try and put it like in a linked up or something.
it's
I don't
fine.
know about copyright issues or whatnot.
Oh, there's no copyright. That was posted freely on Twitter,
Oh hell yeah. Okay.
X,
We
whatever you want to call
will-
it.
It was cool actually seeing their official like camera footage of it. That was like way better than all the cell phone footage I've seen.
I've seen some of the re-entry videos, like the part where you saw it, like vertical or
Mhm.
portrait, where it was coming in, and you could see like as it's coming through the atmosphere, it's like putting off these plumes around it in different colors because it's fucking so hot coming in. It was crazy. I watched the whole thing, so that's just a supercut. The other part, they had it come down and into that one also stopped its crashing as well. It did blow up
now
though.
they've had the rockets that could land themselves
Yeah.
for a while now, but that's just a huge thing because that's the first one to be able to come down precisely enough to be caught on a rack like that.
Yeah. Yeah, the whole purpose was for reusability. So when they catch it, they can actually just lower it down onto this platform, and then the platform can be moved so they put the new panels on it or what, and then just move it back. and-
Basically remanufacture it instead of have to build a fresh one scratch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
almost like it's like modular in a sense.
Well, they've been reusing their rockets for a while now, but this makes it a whole lot easier. Because I mean, before they were having them land on, move them to where they need. Now it's landing. So they don't
I
have
think your
to
mic's
actually,
cutting out.
take
Yeah, I would say
them
you're coming in and out.
Oh, that sucks. Is it better now?
Yeah,
How we doing?
Yeah, I think we
Better?
got it now.
yep, much better. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway,
Space is cool.
space is cool. How'd the hurricane go?
Bro. I thought when I left Florida, like, I'm
You were
like, I'm
leaving
in
that behind you.
Georgia. I'm done with hurricanes. No issues. If we get
Wrong.
anything here, it'll be a little bit of rain, bro. It fucked our shit up. Like, it dropped a few tornadoes in the area and it just tore all of our lines. It's not like, in Florida, you don't have like as many like power poles just on the side of the road because you got in Florida we're equipped to deal with hurricanes, so a lot of the shit isn't just like on big power poles everywhere. Here we have so many power poles because we don't really deal with that kind of stuff, and it
Yeah.
destroyed like every fucking power pole. So we literally had like thousands and thousands of linemen here like fixing everything. Shout out to them, by the way, because I realized I am not built for a life without technology. And that's
You realize that without power pretty quickly.
yeah, I was like, what the fuck do I do all day? Like, I can't go to
Yeah, you
work.
can only play
There's no way
solitaire
to
so many
get to work.
times.
Bro, same. Absolutely true. I was just like I have my magic cards. I was just playing a 4-way magic duel against myself. I was playing every
You
side of it.
poor creature.
That
Bro.
sounds depressing.
Because nobody wants to play Monopoly. It's too hot already. Nobody wants to get hot and bothered and fucking fight
And
over
upset.
Monopoly. Yeah. So I was like, well, I can play that. I don't read. I don't have many books. I mean, I guess I could have read Game of Thrones or House of the Dragon, but at the same time, like, I didn't feel like trying to memorize the Jaharis and Jakaris and the same fucking names, just slightly altered. So I was like, I'm not reading that.
It's like, fuck, the family tree that I made is on my computer and I don't have
Yes.
power.
So
That family tree is a circle, by the way.
Yeah, dude.
So I basically just read like I caught up on Jujutsu Kaisen. Like I read the whole manga, so I know how that happens now. And I was like, okay,
You
now
got
I'm
ahead
done
of
with
the
that.
anime.
Yeah, now I'm like, well, great. Now I gotta wait for it to be animated to see all this cool stuff that happened. And yeah, it was just a boring time. So I just sat around a lot of the time. I was like, it'd be cool if I could at least use my laptop if there was power. I could at least like practice programming or like one of these 8,000 other like tech related books that I need to read that I've had sitting on the shelf. But I'm like, I need my computer to do everything with it. So it was just a really boring time. And then like just getting supplies and stuff was a hassle because only so many stores were open with power. Um, and then like all the lights were out, all the traffic lights, and people do not
Know how to
Bro,
drive.
not at all. Like we had like a snowstorm that was like the worst kind of weather related stuff we had like a few years back. And like as soon as like there's any kind of ice or anything like that, people just freak out and don't know how to drive. Like they don't know if the traffic light's out or if it's doing like the red blinking thing. You treat it like a four-way stop or like a
Yeah.
stop sign.
How do you not know that?
Bro, they were just doing their own thing. And so like I'm basically almost getting hit everywhere we go. And then like I will say, and like the police, I know they probably had their hands full, but like I feel like we should have had some officers like at the major intersections because I'm like some crazy shit was happening. But we did have, we have a lot of like homeless people and like crackheads, especially in like more like Augusta proper.
Mhm.
I guess I kind of told where I am. It doesn't matter really. I'm in the greater Augusta area, but a lot of our crackheads were just directing traffic. And I'm like, you know what? This is lit. I've
Larry's
never
out
seen this
there
before.
with his
hold on a
cardboard
second.
box
Bro.
directing traffic.
Swear to God, we had I
Dude,
think
what a
it was
staple
right
of the
there
community,
road.
bro. That's
Bro,
insane.
we had crackheads directing traffic, and I was like, you know what? I commend you. I'm like, if I had cash on me, I don't ever carry cash. I would have just, gave them whatever I had right then, because I'm like,
Yeah.
you are the real hero of the day
Yeah.
out here
Not all
trying to.
heroes wear capes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nothing like your
That's
local
so
meth head
correct.
just being a
Don't have
model
homes.
citizen all of a sudden.
Yeah.
So shit, that's a prime example of not all heroes have all their teeth, apparently.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
Next thing you know, they're going to be out directing school
Full
traffic and
circle
shit.
moment.
bro. But I was like, you know what? Hats off to them. That was a little silver lining. But after, I think it was like 9 days we were out of power and then they restored it. And then internet, I just got back like this past weekend, I think it was, or like the end of last week. So that's part of the reason why we haven't recorded and we haven't had anything up. But I did record a bunch. I don't know if you guys seen part. I think it's what is it? It's a new simulator game. It's like
The card collector one?
yeah,
The
it's like
TCG shop?
yes, TCG card shop simulator. I recorded like 8 episodes of that. Eventually, I'm gonna edit and put it out. I think I put out
Hold
like
on,
one or
what
two
is this
episodes.
now? I think I need this.
It's like trading card shop simulator, game shop simulator. It's like $12 on Steam, but you basically run your own trading card shop on our channel. Make sure you guys check out our gaming channel, by the way, too. And we also post the podcast on YouTube there at Arcade Chaos Podcast on YouTube. But yeah, it's really cool. So you get to like open packs and then set it up. And you're basically like bringing up customers for cards. You can do little tournaments and like put like singles out and all kinds of stuff. It's an addicting game, especially for me, because that is like my jam.
You get
But,
to play literally what you live for at that point.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
Hurricane was
yeah, hurricanes typically blow no matter where you live. If it
Yes, they do
happens to
blow.
come over where
blow
you
hard.
live.
Very hard.
I was amazed it came all the way up to Tennessee. Like,
Yeah.
Jeremy, I-40 was the highway I took to get to your wedding,
Mhm.
and that's gone now. Like
Oh,
the road
yeah.
I took to get to your wedding no longer exists. The way back exists, not the way there.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
got
just
hit
straight up
bad,
gone.
but North Carolina, specifically Asheville, got fucked up, and
A
I really
huge
feel bad for them.
swaths of North Carolina are
Mhm.
just done.
Gone.
I mean, there's here. Let's just do a quick Google check real quick. Why did I do that? Why can't I spell either?
That's all right. That was me all day today. Autocorrect is a lifesaver.
The mountains there in South Carolina and North Carolina don't get that much rain that often.
Not
Like,
Yeah,
designed
they
for
are
that
literally
anymore.
not built.
So when it rains, it only has one way to go, and that's fucking downhill.
Official death count is now above 230.
Jesus.
Yeah, and they're still pulling people out of there.
There's still a
Yeah.
lot of people missing that I've heard too. Yeah.
There's a lot
Yeah.
of propane tanks that got picked up and washed away from all like the people's like private property that have like tanks on them, like getting sweltered. So now they're finding all these propane and explosive hazards in the wreckage too. So it's making it
Oh
even
my
harder to
God.
go through.
Trying to see when this was published.
So there's all kinds of factors contributing to.
That was as of October 7th.
Damn, yeah. It's definitely probably more. Way more.
I
than-
don't think it's quite in the thousands, but it's definitely high. And as time goes by, it'll just get bigger and bigger. The number of missing people is already up there.
On the bright side, it has really inspired me to get fully more into like prepping and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I bought a couple books on prepping, and I have in my Amazon cart. I need to go ahead and pull the trigger on it on things like this little like there's like little bag with filters on it you can get to kind of filter out dirty water, and then the little like tablets you can put in to purify the water too.
Yeah.
That I've been looking at, and then stuff like gas masks and
If you get like a survival book, there's a lot of really cool ways you can purify and filter water. Like there's like a lot of different methods that people have found over the years. Some of them
Yeah,
are really cool.
I got for I think it was Christmas. It's like a SAS survival handbook.
Hell yeah.
And it has like a lot of cool shit in here. So I did read this or some of this while we were out, and I'm like, bro, I'm gonna be set next time something happens.
All right. So when is the first episode of Jeremy versus Wild?
Yes.
We'll see. You'll come if you'll come be my cameraman.
Yeah,
If you, I don't know how many Mormon people you guys got out in Georgia, but if you have any Mormon friends, they are the king of prepping for that kind of stuff. If you've ever been
Yeah.
to a Mormon person's house, their garages
Nah.
are just filled with that kind of stuff, dude.
They've been
Yeah.
to my house.
Their
banging on my door
religion
a
is
lot.
like post-apocalyptic, right?
Yeah, well, their whole thing is they're prepping for the end times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I
I
mean.
would say they're prepared for the end times is
For the
pretty
judgment of
accurate.
God is on their mind 24/7.
Bro.
They could probably write some lyrics better than Megadeth with some of the shit they believe.
Yeah, like one of the guys I went to basic with, he's a member of the Latter-day Saints, and like his entire family is, and like his aunt and uncle just have a entire connex buried on their property with just like storable food supplies and drinking water and a whole load of other stuff.
Did you happen to get their address?
No, it's in Idaho anyway.
That don't matter. It's free shit.
Facts, dude.
Ride on my horse out there like fucking The Last of Us.
Like Lil Nas X.
He did the box, right?
All right. Well, I think that's what we'll call it for this episode. Thank you guys for listening. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Make sure you hit that link tree in the description. It'll have links to all our stuff like YouTube, Spotify. I think we got a TikTok. Eventually, we'll put videos up on there. And we should probably make a Facebook and all that kind of stuff too. But yeah, just check it out and make sure you follow us on everything. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell everybody about us. And
Tell your dog.
Yeah, I mean, we'll take dogs too.
The best.
I mean, we won't take your dog, but you know, if your
No,
dog
tell
wants to
tell your
listen to
dog,
it.
not take your dog.
Yes. Anyway, anyways, we will see you guys in the next episode. Thanks for watching.
See ya.
I'm
Closing
back.
words?